Welcome to another episode of the King of the Road Show on Fox 4 KBTV. The King of the Road Show is a national award-winning program produced by Southeast Texans for Southeast Texas.
King of the Road.
It's hard to believe that this is already the 260th episode of our one-of-a-kind local show. Thanks for watching. I'm Jim King of the Road, here to remind you that Beaumont has a brand new country station, King's Country. Here's King's Country music director and co-owner Mickey Ashworth to tell you more.
Hey, we invite you to go to jimkingoftheroad.com and click on the King's Country icon. It's kind of a back door into some great country music I think you'll enjoy. It's a brand new internet radio station designed especially for Southeast Texas listeners.
At King's Country, we specialize in the very best country music from the past 50 years with an emphasis on the most recent decades. Listen to the all-new King's Country at home, work, or in your vehicle with a smartphone plugged into your dashboard. Again, just visit jimkingoftheroad.com and click on the King's Country icon on the home page. Coming up during the next 30 minutes, we'll pay tribute to the late Dave Shaw. In case you haven't heard, Dave Shaw, the lead singer of local band Easy, recently passed away. We'll also air the latest music video from Craig Campbell on King's Music Clip of the Week, sponsored by Starvin' Marvin's Bar and Grill. But first, we'll feature our exclusive with the Marshall Tucker Band. Originally from Spartanburg, South Carolina, the Marshall Tucker Band plays a great blend of rock, rhythm and blues, jazz, country, and gospel. The band has recorded and performed continuously for over 40 years. Ride shotgun with me as we check out the Marshall Tucker Band.
One man has the power to take you behind the scenes. Jim King of the Road.
Jim King of the Road.
From Spartanburg, South Carolina, the Marshall Tucker Band.
Back in Southeast Texas. It's been too long. I think the last time was at Antone's in downtown Beaumont. Doug Gray.
Oh my God, what a good you got a good memory. See, I'm old, and that's the best part, but it's good to be back.
Well, you meet a lot of people, and we've met several times, and you've probably never seen a hat like this.
No, I was wondering where you come by that thing, because we need to take it back after tomorrow.
Well, I know you got a company called King of the Road, so I wore it especially for you tonight. You're a trucking company.
We do have that, and everything's really good. We're fine going down the road and don't have any problems.
40 years later, Doug Gray, the original lead singer of Marshall Tucker Band.
Can you believe it?
I can't believe
years.
I've been around at least that long.
Well, I know. And so this year, it's an amazing year. It's going to last for about a year and a half. And we're going to just go out there and stay on the road. We're taking every show that comes our way, except for a few of the ones that we can't. And it's good. We're going to book about 140 shows this year.
Here's some more classic Marshall Tucker Band concert footage from the 1970s.
I'm gonna be leaving at break of dawn. Wish you could come, but I don't need no woman tagging along. Don't stick out that door, couldn't stand to see you cry. Stay another year, my Lord, teardrop in your eye. Early in love song.
But I think it's really cool that you released your first solo album that actually was put in the can in 1981,
Right.
over 30 years ago. It took that long for it to see the light of day.
Well, as we spoke before, the most important part of it is I never really give it a second thought. And, you know, you do stuff with different entertainers across, you know, you got Travis Tritt, you know, he used to come to my studio and everything. They'd say, man, let's do this song, let's do that song, stuff like that. But all kind of groups would come by and they'd say, what are you playing? And they'd play them a little snippet of it. Mm-hmm. And when they played the snippet, it made for good entertainment. You know, and they said, well, I can't believe you're actually doing it. But when the major people come by and said, we'd like for you to do it, what am I supposed to do? We just lost Tommy, and then you have to think of where everybody else's head was at that time. So I just put it in the can and kept on going, and here we were. The record company people heard it about 6-7 months ago. They said, man, we should put this out because the people that like you, or even the people that don't like you, most likely they're going to like that piece of product.
The album's called Soul of the South, and I know you're a big fan of R&B music and blues. Actually, we're more into that when you got into the Marshall Tucker Band. And the album has the original lineup, doesn't it, of the Marshall Tucker Band?
It does. It has the original lineup, which it's the last recording that Toy ever played with the original lineup without Tommy, who had died previously. You know, and of course, I think we talked about this before. When we reformed about, I guess 2 months later, Toy said, let's get back on the road just to do it. We brought Tommy's and Toy's best friend, Franklin Wilkie, to come play the bass Blaze on the day like today, St. Patrick's Day. Okay, we'll blame it on him and all the other people that associated with it. But we came back and we played the Summit down in Houston. That was our first show. And so it's Soul of the South is good, Greatest Hits is good, all of them are good, but the real publicity has to go to the continuation of all the guys in the band that support me. You know, they keep me fried.
Talk to you, and it's a real thrill because I was going to University of Texas back in the 70s, and my roommate at the time was from Houston, and he said, you got to hear this band. Yeah. And I was hooked from the get-go when I heard Marshall Tucker Band, because I've always loved that southern rock sound. It's almost like the country bands that are called country today are really southern rock, their roots, aren't they? I
agree. It's it started about 8 or 10 years ago with Garth. Garth come out, everybody had been playing music like that, and then all of a sudden these guys said, wow, we can use a real guitar in this thing instead of just playing the same 3-chord play out. And I'm just proud that music is still going. It's evolving into something really creative now. And it's not Black Eyed Peas, but it's in between the original kind of country music that Bob Wills and Hank Jr. Yeah. I'd say that we're not like Bob Wills, okay, and the Texas Playboys. I'd say that we're not like that because we don't have the instrumentation. But if you see a show and you like it, it's most likely going to leave that same kind of impression, because that's why people loved it, because he was all the time having a good time instead of being a stick in the mud and waiting for somebody to turn the spotlight on him. It was always fun, and to me, that's what, 40 years later, that's what I'm striving for.
What about it?
Marshall Tucker Band still trucking 40 years later. New album's called Soul of the South, your debut solo release, and the Greatest Hits.
Greatest Hits is, we pulled it off the market about 10 years ago, and people were saying, well, you didn't have my favorite song on it. So what we did is we came back and put took a poll of everything, and they let everybody, because it's so easy to find out what everybody else wants now. We took a poll and put those other songs on there, and so people really got the greatest hits. That way they can sling it on there, sling it out the door, fling it wherever they want to, and they're still going to throw it on and drink as much as they want to and have a good time.
All right. Great to see you again, Doug Gray.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Perfect timing, huh? That's not the end of the day. That's just the next part of the day.
It's the King of the Road Show. And coming up next, King's Music Clip of the Week, brought to you by Starvin' Marvin's Bar and Grill in Beaumont. And later, we'll have our Dave Shaw tribute.